When it comes to DMAA pre-workouts, I know a thing or two about them. I know how it feels when I take them, and I've used really strong pre-workouts even without DMAA. And so I know how it feels like, right? When I saw Wildfire by SoCal, an American company in America that's producing DMAA pre-workouts, I had my doubt because they would be the only company really in America producing DMAA pre-workouts. So like any other normal human being, I decided to try it out a few times before I actually gave my review. And I was really curious about if this really felt like crack gold. So after using this a few times, let's just say it's a bit surprising, especially after seeing the label, because let me just say it is a bit surprising, and I want to share my findings and my experience with this pre-workout in my review in this video. First, I'm gonna go over the label, tell you what every ingredient is, and then I'll go down into my experience. So SoCal, I've never used them before. This pre-workout, Wildfire is the first from them. Apparently they have other DMAA pre-workouts as well. So this one's really interesting though, because it's supposed to be like crack gold. Look at how much DMAA is in here, 100 milligrams of DMAA along with 200 milligrams of DMHA. That should be as strong as crack gold, and crack gold I think had yohimbine. There was other stuff in there that made it so strong, and when it comes down to comparing the labels, this doesn't come too far off. This is actually very surprising when I used it. I was expecting something completely different, and it looks like TJ was right. Labels are just labels. But I'm gonna go over the label first, and then I'll go down into my experience. So there's citrulline in here at 6 grams. That's for the pumps, that's for nitric oxide. 6 grams of pure citrulline. That's about more than the minimum. The minimum should be like 3,000 milligrams, 3 grams. And 6 grams in here of pure citrulline. Chef's kiss, it's perfect, it's good. Doesn't need to be more or less. Beta-alanine, you're gonna get tingles with this because it has 3 grams of beta-alanine along with a gram of agmatine to further increase nitric oxide booster and nitric oxide production, and you know, it plays in synergy with citrulline because agmatine can prevent the enzyme that breaks down nitric oxide and nitric oxide production. Then the next ingredient is taurine, 500 milligrams, a very highly underrated electrolyte. It helps with muscle volumization. It acts like a osmolyte where it increases water in the muscle. Then we have DMAE. This is like a nootropic. It works like choline, but in a very unique way. Then there's 350 milligrams of caffeine. That's a higher than average dose, right? Usually pre-workouts that are stem junkie have 400 milligrams to 500. 350 is just there. It's just enough to be like nearly at the top of caffeine dosages, especially considering it has other stimulants. And then noodles is gonna knock down the tripod. But then we have theanine, 350 milligrams. So interestingly enough, theanine, people have a love and hate relationship with it because it really smooths out the energy. And this could be the reason why DMAA acts so weird in this pre-workout. 350 milligrams, you know, this is an ingredient that has like a very versatile purpose. It could be used in sleep aids, could be used in pre-workouts. When it's combined with caffeine, it has like a synergetic effect where it increases energy, but it keeps that energy line smooth. It doesn't have like any peaks in energy, and it just keeps that line smooth when it comes to like the energy line throughout the day. Then we have DMHA, the nice mild stimulant that works really well when it's combined with other stimulants, 200 milligrams. Then we have alpha GPC, 200 milligrams. That's below the minimum dose. I mean, why even have that in there? But there's also DMAE, which is also like a choline ingredient. So maybe alpha GPC and the other ingredient, DMAE, would have like a synergetic effect on choline, on acetylcholine production. When you're having choline in your pre-workout, you're increasing acetylcholine production. And that's actually the acetylcholine neurotransmitter. Well, actually the neurotransmitter acetylcholine is known as a learning and focus ingredient. Choline has a ton of benefits for concentration and focus. DMAA, 100 milligrams. 100 milligrams of DMAA, which is okay. I mean, that's more than okay. That's way above the 70 milligram recommended dosage of DMAA, because anything higher than 70 milligrams will have more of a risk of increasing blood pressure or heart rate and having just negative effects, especially when it's not combined with other nitric oxide boosters, which is why crack OG has nitrates to help increase blood flow and reduce that vasoconstriction caused by heart stimulants. So 100 milligrams, no joke. Pink Himalayan salt, that's an electrolyte that's going to help with sodium intake, you know, because you lose that when you're exercising. And then to help everything get absorbed, Bioprin, this is like a black pepper patented form, helps you make the most out of all the ingredients in here. Huperzine works really well for focus when it's combined with other choline-based ingredients. So when you're increasing acetylcholine, huperzine will prevent the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine in your blood. So you'll have more acetylcholine floating in your blood. So all in all, that's the label, SoCal Wildfire. This should be a banger, like when it comes to the label. Now the experience is something else. When I first consumed this, 20 minutes into it, the energy elevates and I get quite a bit of euphoria for like a solid 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. I get euphoria kind of, and it's not very long lasting, but I feel good to the point where it's just like I feel really good. Like it's just like a wave of euphoria that increases for like a couple minutes, but it stays there for like 10 to 20 minutes, but it slowly subsides, it slowly decreases after that 20-minute mark, but the energy stays up. But it's not like crack OG energy where it feels like I took Adderall or something really strong. Crack OG should be a little weaker than this when it comes to the label, because this has almost as much as DMAA, but it also has DMHA and almost as much as caffeine. Maybe it's the theanine. The theanine must be relaxing, the stimulants must be relaxing me to the point where it feels more mild, but the energy is up there, but it's not, there's no warm sensation that usually comes with DMAA pre-workouts. When I take something with DMAA, there's a warm sensation and you can really feel a difference because it feels like things are heating up inside, especially with DMAA when it's combined with caffeine, especially when it's combined with high doses of caffeine. Like when I take crack gold, I feel like I'm super vasoconstrictive. Like when I do anything high intensity, it takes extra time to catch my breath because of how much more work it takes to calm my heart rate down when I'm taking crack gold. Theanine might play a part in just calming down the energy. So it should still be the effects of DMAA, even though there is theanine. Theanine only relaxes and gives you smoother energy for a longer period of time. And I do feel energy for a longer period of time, but should hit hard no matter what. DMAA is a very strong stimulant and the dosage in here is no joke if it's true. Can't say that there isn't, but it's hard to say that there is. It's super interesting the way it feels, but I would say it feels a lot like dark energy where the euphoria really hits and the energy is smooth and relaxing, but dark energy still felt a little stronger with the energy. It wasn't, I can definitely feel the caffeine in here. Definitely, I can definitely say that. DMHA probably, yeah, but DMAA, it's super hard. It's super hard to say that there isn't because it wouldn't be fair. Maybe I had a bad bottle. Maybe this bottle didn't have DMAA in it and everything else did. But then I ask around and some people are telling me that they don't feel DMAA in this pre-workout. So with more and more people saying there isn't, and maybe, you know, some people saying there is, I'm getting more and more inclined to say that there isn't DMAA in here, but it's still a very top-notch pre-workout. This is still a very good pre-workout because if it is true that there isn't any DMAA, the euphoria is really good in here for like 10 to 20 minutes, and it's the good mood stays there, and it's like you're in the good mood, but the euphoria, I don't know if I just get used to it, but it's just like sits back there at the back of my mind and it's not as pronounced as it was in the first 10 to 20 minutes. It's interesting. It just elevates to the point where, oh, I feel so good. I feel so great. And it's like, oh, no, I'm letting go of that. Like it's going down and declining, not rapidly, but slowly but surely going down. But the energy just stays up, but it's not, I can easily catch my breath in between sets, so it's not overwhelming like crack gold, but it's also not as strong as crack gold when it comes to the energy. Like I could definitely feel like there's a lot of caffeine in here, and man, it would really suck if there really wasn't any DMAA and Wildfire in their pre-workouts. But everyone who's tried this, they say it's really good. They feel euphoria. They feel really good. They report, the same good feels with it. It's productive. It's really good for energy. But they question, just like me, that maybe there isn't DMAA, and they don't think there is. And for me, like if someone was to blindfold me and I tried this, I would say it's just a very good high caffeine pre-workout with good euphoria and energy, but not to the point where it can compete even with Assassin or Hooligan. Hooligan has way too much caffeine. Like Hooligan has 650 milligrams of caffeine with no exotic stimulants. This has 350 milligrams of caffeine with 2 exotic stimulants, 2 of the strongest stimulants, DMHA and DMAA. DMHA being a little bit more mild than DMAA, but still when they're combined, it's like a force not to be reckoned with. And that's the missing thing over here. It's not really a force not to be reckoned with. The energy is good, but it's not like that of one that has DMHA and DMAA. So it's really interesting. Would I still recommend it? Yeah, but only if you can think of this as a good energy euphoric type of pre-workout without really exotic stimulants. So if you want to get this, use my coupon code. There are stronger pre-workouts than this, but also the flavor, mojito. I mean, it tastes good, but it's not amazing. But like, I'm not one to be like, oh, this tastes amazing, you should have it. Flavor is just flavor. It's not the pre-workout. Pre-workout is the effects. Come on, man, it's the effects. So SoCal, I mean, interesting company, interesting label, interesting pre-workout, interesting effects. What can I say? I'm sort of disappointed, but I'm still surprised by the label, because if there wasn't DMAA in here, like, it still feels very good, especially compared with other pre-workouts without DMAA. Really, really interesting pre-workout. Maybe I just got a bad batch. Maybe you gotta try it and let me know what you think. If you have tried this, so let me know what you think. And if you want DMAA pre-workouts, check out all the links in the description. You can find everything there. Thank you for watching.